Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing, boys and girls? I know I've been going for a little while, and I want to make it up to you, so I'm gonna try to get some double uploads in this week. Today and tomorrow, definitely double uploads. Um, but I've been watching film. I've been breaking down some tape, and I think my boy's in trouble. And not enough people are talking about it. And I think my boy's in trouble. I made a video last week talking about how we have to stop disrespecting Ian Gary. Dude's really a savage. Dude really stands on what he believes, and I don't mean his life. I mean like in the cage, like step up all challengers. Let's go. Let's do it anytime, any place. And he really means it. Fighting behind him in the rankings on 2 weeks notice. Yeah, all that. But I think my boy's in trouble. And let's just be honest. A lot of people talking about. I'm gonna have some clips and some pictures here. Not clips, pictures, because I don't want to get copyrighted. But let's just be honest here. We know Ian's gonna have to grapple to win this fight. And I don't think he needs the Marab level grapple where all in, all in, all in, all in, because I don't think he really can do that. But Ian Gary does like to clinch. He does like to live in the clinch. I think he's going to have to rely on that very, very heavily to win this fight. But Carlos Prates in the clinch is super, super dangerous as well. We'll get into it. I got a few things lined up that I really want to break down. And if you're on the fence or you're a Gary believer, I think you should be a bit concerned. Let's just start off with Carlos Prates. I mean, he's knocking out everybody. And these are real, these are death touch knockouts to where he had, pound for pound, he's one of the heaviest hitters, one of the best knockout artists, one punch power, but it's not even power, it's placement. He's placing shots out there. Kind of how featherweight Conor McGregor said. It's more about the precision and the place he's placing shots out there. He's barely hitting Neil Magny on the temple, sitting him down. He's brutalizing Li Jingliang to where he's not putting everything he has in it, but he's placing it in perfect spots. And Li Jingliang is a guy who had never been knocked out in his career. The definition of durable, when you think durable and you see Li Jingliang fighting, oh yeah, it's going to be a war. If it comes down to it, he'll take his beating. He's not going to go away. And he dropped Li Jingliang maybe 4 or 5 times in there, wobbled him maybe 6 or 7 times, and took his soul in there. I mean, I was genuinely concerned about his well-being. He laid there for a few minutes, needed the oxygen mask, and he took his soul, and he was free in there, and he was landing knees. He was landing high kicks, setting him up beautiful behind his left hand. His straight left hand was on fire. He was landing uppercuts. He was landing check hooks. Everything was firing on all cylinders. And yeah, we know we know Carlos Prates is a great striker. I think he's the better striker. He's definitely the more dangerous striker. I don't think anybody will debate that. He gives up free leg kicks, though, I noticed. But I don't think anybody will argue that Carlos is probably the more dangerous striker, and Ian's going to have to grapple. That's what everybody's saying. But in his last fight, Carlos Prates showed he's good there. I mean, these are just a few attempts, but Neil Magny was in on a single a lot of the time. Single leg, hiking the leg up. Carlos Prates was defending well. You see here, within the first 20 seconds of the first round, he's in on it. Carlos Prates gets his balance, reverses position, ends up on top. Follow my cursor, ends up on top. Gets up, and then we know how the fight ends. I have more clips from this fight because Neil Magny was in on a single a lot, and Carlos Prates stayed composed, stayed balanced, found his way to the fence, looked strong as well. And I'm going to show some Ian Gary takedowns where his wrestling is really, really weak. His wrestling is really, really weak. Here, I watched this MVP fight. MVP throws a high kick. Ian Gary catches it, runs him to the ground, gets him on his back. Good. This is good. I don't know if you want to be in this position to where this kick gets this close against a Carlos Prates, but we already know Ian Gary was stunning. I mean, MVP was stunning Ian Gary on the feet, making him very, very uncomfortable, landing big shots. And Ian Gary is very, very uncomfortable in there. And the reason I say he's very, very uncomfortable in there, he pulled guard a lot. And like I said earlier in the video, Ian Gary likes to rely on that clinch, and he wants to try to scoot that leg around yours and get a body lock on your back and maybe climb it or try to fall, try to bring you down that way. His wrestling is straight up wrestling, and takedowns are not good. And he was here for maybe 40 seconds. He couldn't get a takedown. He got frustrated. He pulled guard. This is a no-no. You can't just pull guard like this. This is a no-no, especially at this point in the fight, very, very close competitive fight. You don't want to be on your back. You don't want to pull guard. Here's another instance early in the third round. MVP's walking him down, getting in his face, landing shots. It was a low volume, but he was landing shots. Whenever he did throw, he was landing. Ian Gary tries to time, and you can see his timing was so off. He was so uncomfortable. He whiffs bad on his right hand, But in this position, what does he do? This is the perfect position to grab a body lock. He loves his body locks. Grabs the body lock, and MVP just shucks him off like it was nothing. Not only did he shuck him off, he reverses position. Ian Gary just pulls guard and he's working off of his back. That's just a no-no. Because Prates was just stand up and reset on the feet. This is just a no-no. And it looks desperate. And also doesn't look good to the judges that you're just pulling guard. Here, against Shavkat, he took Shavkat's back really, really good, but it wasn't your traditional takedown. He's relying on these scrambles. He was relying on these body lock positions, as you can see right here on my cursor, but I want to start at the beginning of the back take. Shavkat had taken Ian Gary down multiple times at this point. This is the 5th round. But he always took him. He used the same technique to take Gary down every time. Here it is. In on a single leg. Hikes that leg up. Ian Gary staying composed, staying balanced, looking for a scramble. Shavkat likes to throw that hand. He likes to take his right hand under your thigh, hike that leg up while he takes his left hand behind your head, sit you down. Ian Gary picked up on this. This was like the 4th time he did it in a fight. Ian Gary being smart, because his jiu-jitsu is good. Just because I'm saying his wrestling is really, really weak. His jiu-jitsu, it's obviously improving fast with his work at shoot the box. Ian Gary gets the hand off me, creates a scramble, gets his body lock. Now his head is behind Shavkat's arm, is behind his shoulder. Perfect opportunity to cause a scramble. Get his body lock. This is his favorite position. Spins him, uses Shavkat's momentum, gets his back. Does nothing with it. Almost doesn't count. He gets close to these submissions. He got close to sub MVP. Almost doesn't count. I feel like eventually he will secure his first submission, but almost doesn't count. And I'm looking at these positions where Neil Magny had Prates in the same position. Prates finds the cage, keeps his balance, really strong lower base. He's hiking that head up, and he's reversing positions. He's reversing and he's getting free. And then I think this is so cool here. This is when Prates landed the glancing left hand, and Rocks actually knocks out Magny, but I don't think he knew Magny was hurt the way he was. He thought Magny was shooting a takedown. Look at him. He's ready to sprawl. Prates' takedown defense is not bad. Just because we haven't seen much of it, it's not that bad. And you can tell these guys are training. I don't want to just buy into the fight nerds fight, because it's more than just the big 4. It's a lot of fight nerds who just aren't good. But these guys are improving super, super fast, and his takedown defense looked really, really well. And I know it's Neil Magny, and Magny isn't what he used to be, but I think Magny is a better wrestler, not jiu-jitsu, but better wrestler than Ian Gary, especially when it comes to singles and doubles. And I'm concerned. And I don't think this ends well for my boy. I think my boy's going to get KO'd. The casual parlay is going to drop later today. The predictions for the full card are going to drop tomorrow. I kind of want to talk about Sean O'Malley. I saw him on crutches. I want to talk about that as well. Like I said, I want to make up for lost time. Get some double uploads in this week. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody. Let me know who you got in this fight. Let me know, are you concerned? If you were heavy on Gary, are you concerned? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody. I know they'll enjoy it just like you did. You ain't got to go home. Just got to get up out of here. Yeet.